Hello and welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is a reading for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything that you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay? Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. There is the 10 of Wands. Let's put that into some perspective. That's some very, very strong fire energy, okay? That might be some fire energy that needs a little bit of direction. And you know what? We see that with this air energy here. So I think we're off to a very good start. And then we've got that magician energy. Path of the Dove looks very nice. Let's do the Path of the Serpent and see. Yep, there's the typical stuff that we see in your readings. We've got this Hermit energy, which always shows up for you. We've got the air energy that always shows up for you. But this time around, we've got the Devil energy. Now, this is the card that rules the sign of Capricorn. Okay, this is the ultimate confirmation. It's at the end of the Path of the Serpent. This is saying that whatever you're working on, whatever we're talking about, whatever this reading happens to be about, whatever is foremost on your mind right now, you're getting a confirmation from the universe that says, go, do it. All right, we're going to do this mystery card, and we're going to use the Smith-Waite deck. We're just going to select one card. We're going to set it down over here. We'll put our alien on top as the guardian of the mystery. And hopefully that card, will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Okay, so let's look around here. We've got major arcana, major, major, major. We've got some water, we've got some air, we've got some fire, we've got some earth, a little more fire. It's pretty balanced. I think it's a little heavy with the major arcana, but that's a good thing, right? That's showing me that really big things are happening in your life right now. Really big things. The universe is giving you the green light. I think this is the ultimate confirmation, like I said. Whatever you are considering, whatever you are, whatever you're looking for clarity about, the universe is saying, yes, go, do it. You are correct. Trust your vision, okay? I don't even know where to start because all of these cards are so fantastic. But maybe we'll start with, the beginning, the 10 of Wands. Now, this is kind of a running theme. I was going to say a running joke, but it's not really a joke. Kind of a running theme in your readings that you have, over the course of your life, you've been told in different ways, maybe by different people, or maybe in childhood, young adulthood, directly or indirectly, to turn it down. You're being too loud. You have to dim your shine. You have to turn your light down a little bit, right? But what we've seen over the last few weeks in your readings is that you're doing the opposite of that. You're turning it up. You're increasing your light. You're shining brighter than you ever have before. Okay. And the 10 of Wands is here to remind us that we've got to connect that shine, that energy, that confidence, that enthusiasm, that will. We've got to make sure we stay connected with Source, with our purpose, with our vision, with our will, with our ancestors, guardian angels, spirit guides, God, goddess, deity, whatever you want to call it. The 10 of Wands is some fire energy that has kind of gotten out of control, right? It's lost its sense of direction. It's so far removed from the ace, right? It's at the opposite end there, from the ace to the 10, right? It's so far away from Source that it has kind of lost its way. It's forgotten why it's out here to begin with, right? So we want to make sure that we reconnect with our vision, reconnect with spirit, reconnect with the reasons why we're doing what we're doing, right? Not to let our our confidence or our fire energy just become, arrogance, or just to become anything other than the clear, directed, calm, assertive confidence that we started out with, right, in the last few readings. So we definitely don't want to go back to you turning it down or dimming your shine, right? We like it out here with the Ten of Wands. This is very intense energy. And the universe, with this, this is kind of our confirmation card right here. With this ultimate confirmation, the universe is saying, look, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. But we can add to it by reconnecting with our source, by reestablishing our clarity. And that's what we see here with this air energy. Okay. So on top of this Ten of Wands, this is your kind of extreme energy, your willpower, your determination, your confidence, your assertiveness, right? Your enthusiasm, your real power in what you're doing right now, whether it's career, whether it's your spiritual work, whether it's your personal life, all of these things, right? If there's some very specific part of your life that you're here to get answers on, the universe is saying, look, keep going full speed ahead, okay? But also, Six of Swords. We need that clarity of vision. We have to remember why we're out here doing this, why we're going full speed ahead, and where we're traveling to, okay? So we have to find that place within us again. We have to be centered in our thoughts. We have to have an organized mind. We have to think things through. We have to have a plan, right? We can't just be this kind of wild and crazy fire energy. It needs to be connected with the source. I was hoping that maybe now we'd see an Ace of Wands somewhere. Maybe the mystery card will be an ace, or some fire energy that's a little bit closer to the ace. An ace would be good. A 2, a 3, a 4 would be nice. Because really all we have is this 10, and we've got an 8 down here too. So I'd like to see something a little bit more unified, a little bit more connected with the purpose, right? So what we can do to reestablish that unified fire energy is to kind of recollect, right? Recollect our thoughts and our purpose, and organize our mind, check our plans again. Just go through our checklist and make sure everything is set, and reconnect with the reasons why we're out here doing this. I think that's a big thing. It could be that we have some of this fire energy is getting a little bit scattered, right? We kind of see that with this 8 of Wands down here in your general energy. That maybe we're losing a little bit of focus. We're starting to kind of spread ourselves thin. We're kind of distanced from the ace, from the source, from our original purpose and intent. Okay. And I think with that might come a little bit of this 7 of Cups. This is a lot of things that we might be doing that they may seem fun at the time, but they're draining our energy. So I think this card is saying, look, we have to kind of look around ourselves, kind of look at our history, look at our past, look at yesterday, right? This card's kind of behind you. So look at everything that you did yesterday and see where these kind of energy leakages were. Where did we put some of our will, some of our fire that was kind of just a waste of energy or a drain on us, rather than being something nourishing and fortifying? It was something that kind of drained our energy, right? Drained our will, maybe clouded our vision, right? Maybe contributed to a little bit of a loss of focus, right? But with this 6 of Swords, I'm not worried too much about this, because I feel like this was yesterday. And then today, we're refocusing our vision. We're kind of cleaning off our glasses, which I think I probably need to do. And we are able to see the future perfectly, right? A clear vision. We are recollecting our thoughts. We are recollecting our plans, our blueprints. We're getting our checklist out. We're making sure that we're on course, And where that course is leading us, of course, is this Mercury energy, the Magician. This is concentration. This is the card, the energy, the archetype, the motif of us taking all of this kind of scattered energy, right? All of this light and fire that's kind of going in different directions. It's just kind of out here being fire. And we're putting this lens in front of it that really concentrates it, right? Creates a laser beam of fire energy. And this is the focus that you need to accomplish whatever this is that you're working on, whatever is foremost in your mind right now that you need clarity on, whatever you're working on, whatever your purpose is, whatever you're doing. Okay. We need this lens in front of the fire energy to concentrate it, right? To narrow it down to laser focus, concentration. And this is the way forward. This is, I think, something that's very, very crucial for you, because with this concentration, that's how you're going to create this future, this, whatever you're trying to accomplish. This is how you do it, right? Concentrating all of your efforts. It's not productive for you to have your energy scattered in many directions, okay? What we need is a little bit more concentration, and I think that's the meaning of this. The central cards that we had today, the 10 and the 6 here. The 10, again, is very removed from the purpose. We forget why we're out here doing all of this. We need to recollect our vision. We need to clean off our glasses, make sure we can see things properly. Make sure we keep in mind why we're doing this. We have to have our purpose right in the center of us. And that's the center from which all of our actions can spring. That will give us the clarity that we need to concentrate our efforts into this magician and the Mercury energy. The magician is going to create whatever energy is coming through it, right? Mercury is the messenger, right? So it's going to just manifest. It's not going to change anything along the way. Whatever impulse it receives, it's going to manifest. So this is the card that says, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what kind of intent and purpose and energy you're putting into this lens, because the lens is going to just concentrate. The lens doesn't care what kind of light or energy is coming through. It's just going to concentrate it right there where it's pointed. So we have to be aware of this process, and we have to take control of that process. And this is the Queen of Swords. I kind of feel, because this is beneath the surface, I kind of feel like there might be someone in your life who disagrees with you, right? There might be somebody around you. They may or may not be an air sign person. Knowing you, Capricorn, it's probably an air sign person. They don't agree with what you're doing, and I don't know if this is a relative, if this is a friend, if this is a coworker. It could be part of your own mind. It could be some self-doubt kind of creeping in, but I don't feel that. I feel like this is someone else in your life, okay? And then I almost get this feeling that they're not present in your life right now, but you kind of feel as if, oh, they would disapprove of what I'm doing. So maybe that's creating a little bit of a lack of focus or concentration in you, because maybe someone from your past, maybe it's a family member that is no longer on this plane. But you kind of have this vibe like, oh, so-and-so wouldn't approve of what I'm doing. And so I feel like that's causing a little bit of conflict in you. And it could be why we see the need to refocus, right? Because you have to get the clarity of your vision because of what you are working to manifest, regardless of what you think someone else's opinion of it would be. Does that make sense? So I think that this is important, because I feel like you think this person knows better. Does that make sense? I don't know that they're actively engaged in trying to dissuade you from what you're doing, but you assume that they would, right? I hope that's coming across clearly. However, what I see at the top with this Hierophant energy is that you are not going to be trusting in somebody else's opinion. Okay, you're not worried. Part of you is a little bit conflicted. It's something that you feel and you think about when you consider this other person, whoever they are. And your assumption that they would disagree with you. However, your Hierophant, your connection with your kind of your spirit, your soul, your spirit guides, ancestors, your conscience, your higher mind, your gut, even your gut feeling is that you're doing the right thing. Okay, so I think this Hierophant is up here because you are trying to not so much rely on the opinions of others, but rely on the lessons that you're learning from the universe, from yourself, through your experience. You're trying to look at things through your own eyes and not through someone else's paradigm, right? Through somebody else's opinions or what we think their opinion would be. What would so-and-so do, right? Or what would they think? So you're trying to get direct assistance from your own experience, from the universe, from my cat. Really. He always shows up at the perfect moments. So this is us trying to learn the lessons that life is teaching us, not through someone else's eyes, right? My cat's trying to teach me a lesson not to shut the studio door. So I think now he's managed to knock it open so he can come and go as he likes. So the Hierophant up here, this is what we are aspiring to. Right? We're trying to learn as much about ourselves and our relation to the world as we can. We are trying to learn through our own efforts what we are meant to be doing, right? So the Hierophant is up here, and it's kind of like this is the sanctioning, this is the blessing over all of your work. And it's interesting, we have this Hierophant up here, and we have your card, your patron card, the Devil card up here at the top of the path of the Serpent. So it's like the universe really is giving you this ultimate confirmation. You know, the Hierophant is giving you the blessing over the work that you're doing. And the universe is giving you, you know, the green light to continue going full speed ahead. Right? Because this devil energy is going to climb to the top of the mountain. Just like Mercury here is going to manifest whatever energy you put through it. This devil energy is going to climb to the top of whatever mountain you put it in front of. Right? And then you have the Hierophant blessing all of this. And that's, to me, that is really, this is the perfect kind of green light for you. So whatever you're considering doing, whatever it is that you feel drawn to do, whatever is your will right now and your work, your project, it's the right time to do it, okay? The Hierophant is also saying that you need to focus on refining this knowledge, and you need to always be receptive to learning. Okay, see, we can be receptive to what's underneath, to kind of the opinions of others, and maybe this Queen of Swords is a general statement saying, don't worry about what other people think, right? Work toward refining your skill, learning as much as you can. Be a lifelong learner, right? Always seek to do better, and not just like the technical skills, which we see that kind of here on the horizontal plane. This is you, maybe narrowing down your specialty, your studies, really refining your skills, the technical kind of aspect of learning. But the Hierophant up here is kind of a more life lesson learning, you know? Learn from all of this. Try to learn the lessons that are more abstract, more philosophical. Ask the questions, you know. I think that's a big one, I think, is asking the right questions. Not being concerned with what other people think or what their opinions are or what they may tell you is the truth. You've got to go and discover it for yourself through your own activities, through your own questions, your own philosophizing, right? We can all be philosophers. And I think that is the kind of influence that you need to help you refine your skills and narrow in on what you're doing to accomplish this horizontal work right here. Okay. Now that's going to bring us over to the path of the Serpent. We start with The Eight of Wands. Now, you may be feeling an anxiety over all of this, like it needs to kind of hurry up, that you have a limited amount of time, that you've got to make progress very quickly. And it could be that that is the case. Maybe you have deadlines. Maybe there are certain, milestones that you want to achieve in a certain time frame. Okay, so this could really literally be talking about the narrowness of the window for you to do some of these things, right? Maybe there are, deadlines and that sort of thing. But I feel like this is the potential for you to get kind of anxious. I wonder if maybe you're just a naturally kind of nervous or anxious person. A lot of that is this fire energy that we've been told time and time again to. My daughter's toy again. If you're thirsty, I'll help you find some water. And that comes at a perfect time because the only water that we see is this water from yesterday, right? We don't see any other water energy here. And as the toy has reminded me, we're going to need some water as we continue this journey. We're going to get kind of thirsty, especially with all of this fire energy, this very intense fire energy, right? The 10, the 8, and the earth energy here, it's going to be a kind of a dry place. But we don't want this water from yesterday. This is the water that maybe we thought was nourishing us, right? We thought it was fortifying us, but it's not. It's wasting. This is the salt water. You shouldn't drink salt water, right? It'll dehydrate you worse than if you didn't drink anything. So we don't want the 7 of Cups. We need some other water energy. Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me through that plastic electronic toy. Back to the 8 of Wands here. I think that there is naturally some anxiety and some nervousness going on because you're trying to, turn up your light. You're trying to brighten your shine. You're trying to turn up the volume. And after, so long of being told to turn it down, a lot of that energy kind of gets stuck inside, and we have to really be deliberate with letting it out. Otherwise, it can make us a little nervous, right? Maybe we're a little fidgety. I know I can be sometimes. Maybe we have a little bit of anxiety, and there's not really an understanding of why, and there may even not be a need to understand why we have anxiety. It's just a simple fact. Sometimes we do. What we should learn, and I think the Hierophant is here to teach us about some of this, is how we release this anxiety, right? What sort of things do we need to do? What sort of things can you do in your life to relieve anxiety and get this calm clarity of the 6 of Swords that we need in order to continue our work, right? So with the 8 of Wands here, I think a lot of it is taking some of this nervous energy, which is also reflected in the 10 of Wands here. Taking that nervous energy and, well, like we started out saying, find a focal point. Find something to do with that and get that concentration, that laser focus into this lens, into this Mercury energy and do something, right? Express it through some sort of activity that, again, is based on your knowledge and understanding, not on what somebody else thinks you should be doing, right? So we have to make sure we keep these things in check. But I think that's the way that we expend some of that nervous energy. And of course, we've got the Prince of Discs. I think this is a card that's pretty common in your readings too, the Prince of Discs, or Pentacles. So this is now us taking this clarity of vision, taking this fire energy. We've filtered it through Mercury. We've channeled it through that magician energy. And now we're just out here doing the work. This is us literally using the force and fire of our bodies to move the raw materials in the environment. This is us actually, in the laboratory doing the work. This is us, out in the field, digging the ditches, right? Tilling the land and using our muscles. So we're expressing some of this nervous energy, this fire energy is being released into something that we have determined that is part of our vision, part of our work, right? It's not just a frivolous activity. It all has intention behind it. It's part of whatever this issue is that we're dealing with, whatever the work is that you need clarity about. This is you out here just doing the activity. Let's get our clarity of vision. Let's reconnect with Source, and let's get out there and work, right? Get out there and do the physical activity, okay? As much as your whatever work you're doing requires physical activity. Let's get out there and do it, Now, we see the Hermit energy come next. It's in the position of what we don't want, okay? And the Hermit energy is, I think, in your readings like every week, okay? It's in this position. This is what we don't want, but is this what we need? Do we need the Hermit energy? We don't want it. Maybe we want 10 of Wands. Maybe we want just extroversion. Maybe we want to socialize. We want to be out there in society. We want to be having a lot of social interaction, right? Expressing ourselves, really turning it up and just being the vibrant, bright, solar beings that we are. I wonder if this is going to be that sun card that we get. We get a lot for you too, the sun. So we don't want the Hermit. We want to be out here in the world. We want to be turning it up, living life, having fun. That sometimes leads us to the Seven of Cups, where we think we're doing something that's good for us, that's nurturing and fortifying, but it's really not. But we want that life because we have this energy now, and it has been turned down for so long, it feels like, that now it's coming out. I think it's an expression of that nervous energy, that eight of Wands, right? That we don't really know what to do with that. So instead of focusing it in, putting it through this lens of the Magician and really having that concentration, it just it has to come out in other ways. And I think that might be through extroversion, social interaction, just a lot of external activity, okay? But diffuse, not focal, not concentrated, okay? So we don't want the Hermit, but we do need it sometimes. And I think the Hermit is the practical way. See, the Hermit has that prism, has that lens, has that lamp that I feel is the practical side of this Magician Mercury energy, okay? So the Hermit, I think, is the practical way that you might take some days rest, disengage a little bit from all of the social activity or all of the external kind of interactions. Take some time to, I don't know, if you meditate, if you pray, if you do any kind of spiritual work, if you do divination, tarot, geomancy, Jing, if you do pendulum, tea leaf readings, just an opportunity for you to withdraw a little bit from the world in order to focus this energy. And I think it's through this Hermit that we can get to this Six of Swords and we can get to this Mercury energy. And it's how we get in contact with the Hierophant, right? So we have to turn our attention inward if we're going to do these things, the Mercury and the Six of Swords thing. So it's not what we want, but it's what we need, right? We don't like it, and maybe we don't like it because then we feel, or it triggers in us the memory of when we were told to turn our light down. We were told to disengage from the world and be a little quieter, right? And be a little bit less conspicuous, right? So we don't like going hermit mode because it reminds us, it forces us to remember when that was kind of forced upon us. Does that make sense? So it's understandable why we don't want the hermit right now. Sometimes we need it. If we do it intentionally, not based on what other people think we should do, right? No one else's opinions, based on our own kind of wisdom, our own connection to spirit, what we feel is the right path for us, and it's done with intention. Okay. I think the Hermit energy would be very useful for you in order to get this clarity of vision and this concentrated mind so that we can continue with our work. So this is something I think the Hermit comes in and out of your life. We don't want it, sometimes we need it, right? And that's all the way for the universe to set you up to climb this mountain. What mountain are you putting yourself in front of? It's time to continue climbing. I think you've been climbing it. I think that we have been really going pedal to the metal, full speed ahead. And the universe is saying, continue with that. Continue that effort, but we need to hone things in. We need to refine things a little bit. We need to get this clarity, this connection back, this concentration back. Okay? Because the mountain won't climb itself. So that is your energy and your will to climb to the very, very top of whatever you're doing. If it's your career field, if it's your spiritual aspirations, if it's in just personal relationships, whatever it might be, right? This is a major green light from the universe. Now, I want to look at this mystery card. Thank you, Alien, for being the guardian of that. I want this to be some water. I know we were thinking it, could be a couple other things, maybe some more fire energy, maybe the sun card, but I would like for this to be some water. Okay. Yeah, there we go. 6 of Cups. Perfect, perfect. This is the nourishing water. This is the way in which you are connecting, because remember, we didn't want the Hermit. We wanted the social interactions because you want connection with people. You feel so much fire and energy and confidence and light, and spirit is just, just swelling within you that you want to express it. And this card is saying, look, you can still do that and get the nourishing water back from people. So this is about choosing the right environment to express our water energy, right? It's not in this 7 of Cups because this isn't good for us. This is the water that is good for us, and this involves connecting with other people who are on the same wave as you, so to speak, right? That are tuned into your frequency. The people that you resonate with on a spiritual level. Not on just this kind of, socializing, extroverted, external focused world, but people who have the same kind of goals as you, people who return your love energy, right? The energy that you're putting out, they give back to you. It's very reciprocating water energy here. So the 6 of Cups is a very, very good confirmation card. I knew we needed some water. I do thank Spirit and that toy for reminding us of this fact. Because I think this is what we're looking for when we go, anti-Hermit energy, when we go non-Hermit. We're looking outward for those connections, right? And we've been connecting with things that aren't really that good for us. This is us turning that around, and now we're focused on connecting with what is good for us. And we need to trust in our intuition, our higher mind, our guardian angel, spirit guides, ancestors, our conscience, our gut feelings, our intuition, whatever this represents. This card, this energy will tell you what relationships are going to have the nourishing water. And when we're going 7 of Cups, that that's not good for you, right? If you listen to yourself, you'll know, right? So we do need that Hermit energy, I think, to reconnect with all of this energy, to refocus ourselves so that we can start having these deep connections with people, because this is what we're seeking, I think, in large part, are these connections with people. That you can have these relationships that are going to be good for you, that are going to be fortifying and nourishing, and not the other way around. Okay. We're going to do an extended reading. If you would like to stick around, just click up here. That'll give you access to every extended reading for every zodiac sign. Okay. I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.